One of the marks of being a true superstar is getting your own signature shoe, and Caitlin Clark now has hers, unveiling the Caitlin 1 collection. The all-blue kicks are complete with her CC logo on the front, and they'll go on sale October 1st. They'll cost $140. Clark said it's been a dream of hers to have her own shoe, and she wanted it to reflect how she plays.
For nearly 3 years, the basketball world kept asking the same question: where is it? Where is the shoe? Where is the Nike Caitlin Clark signature line that fans were promised after she entered the spotlight? What started back during her final Iowa days slowly turned into one of the most debated sneaker weights in modern women's basketball.
Moving along, Caitlin Clark reveals the Nike Caitlin 1, okay? It looks like it's got to be the shoes. The sneakers are coming out. Those kind of fire. Those are kind of fire. Those are pretty fire. I'm not really a blue guy, but I don't care what color these Caitlin 1s come out in. I'm getting them. I'm definitely getting them. Then we see this with Travis Scott previewing the all black ones. These are hard. See, these are hard. I'm sold. I'm getting every colorway that comes out.
Because this wasn't just about footwear anymore. It became about timing, power, and how fast the biggest name in the WNBA would get her own identity in the sneaker world. And now, as of the latest confirmed rollout information, the weight has a date attached to it: October 1st, 2026.
Caitlin Clark's latest profile photo features her Nike swoosh. I love the layered look and the hidden C. Shout out to Caitlin Clark's style on top of all things Caitlin Clark fashion related. This was one of many teasers that Caitlin Clark dropped this week. We had she dropped the quick little blue, and then she dropped the quick little C's. Now she dropped the Nike logo. And then earlier, Caitlin Clark gives a first look at the Nike Caitlin 1 on her feet. But Caitlin Clark also revealed yesterday that the release date is going to be October 1st, 2026.
That single date changed everything. Because before that confirmation, it was nothing but speculation. Fans were guessing release windows. Analysts were debating whether Nike was delaying too long. Even inside conversations around women's basketball sneaker culture kept circling back to the same tension. Why was one of the most marketable athletes in the sport still without a signature shoe line? Caitlin Clark herself had addressed parts of the journey during her appearance on the New Heights podcast, describing how the process started all the way back at the end of her senior year at Iowa, when she was deciding between Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour.
I think it's honestly been probably one of the coolest things I've got to do since. Honestly, the process started at the end of my senior year when I was at Iowa, because I was deciding what shoe company I was going to go with, and I talked to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, and they all offered me a signature shoe. Obviously, some faster than others, and everybody knows Nike makes the best product. It just kind of takes a little bit longer, and so I grew up wanting to be a Nike athlete. Every kid does. Nike, yeah. Jordan, that's the premier brand, and everybody knows that.
You got the custom Kobe's, yeah.
Oh yeah, the custom Kobe's are fine. I sent Harry and some of your friends some. They're how do we get that?
She made it clear. Multiple companies offered signature deals, but Nike was always the dream, the brand she grew up watching, the brand tied to Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and the global identity of basketball itself. But even she admitted something important: Nike takes time. And that patience is exactly what fans felt painfully. Because every month without a reveal turned into another wave of rumors, another wave of frustration, another wave of comparison to other athletes already getting their shoes released faster. And yet, despite all of it, the October 1st, 2026 confirmation finally snapped the silence into something real. No more guessing. No more maybe next year. No more delays in conversation.
It's probably been a year and a half now of figuring out what exactly I want. And I think probably the most challenging part of it is you want it to be unique, but at the same time, I have to be comfortable wearing it. So I think we you take what you're comfortable in. Obviously I play in a lot of Kobe's, but at the same time, I don't want it to be a Kobe. I want it to be something very unique to me and a little bit different. And I think for myself, I think about what's kind of been important to me when I think about shoes or sneakers. And I think just the chaseability of them, and you want a certain sneaker or you want a certain colorway. So I think that's going to be probably the most fun part. Okay, great. You have the mold of the shoe and what it is and the technology that's in it. But more so, I think I'm more excited about making the certain colorways or collabing with certain brands. Obviously, I'm pretty picky about what I wear. I like a certain 2 Kobe models, so I knew.
When Caitlin Clark spoke on the New Heights podcast, the focus shifted away from rumors and directly into her mindset. She described the journey from Iowa to now as a long creative process, not just signing a deal, but building something personal. One of the most important details she shared was how long she has actually been involved in designing it. Roughly a year and a half of refining ideas, testing styles, and shaping performance needs. She talked about Kobe sneakers being a major influence, especially the feeling of responsiveness and court control. But she also made something very clear: she didn't want a copy of anything. It had to be unique. At the same time, it had to be something she could actually compete in at the highest level. That balance, comfort versus identity, became the core challenge.
In case you guys watched this puppy video, in this puppy video, Caitlin Clark flashed these blue shoes. Caitlin Clark actually flashed the shoes in front of our very eyes. But here we have, on Travis Scott's feet, the black Caitlin Clark ones. We have a green colorway, the Grinches, I believe they're called, with the insole. Or those donuts?
After years of silence, Caitlin Clark didn't just announce her shoe, she leaked it in pieces. And the internet noticed everything. A profile update here, a subtle symbol there, a sudden CC hidden in visuals. Even small details like jewelry and accessories started getting dissected like clues in a mystery case. One of the most talked about moments came when fans noticed her profile imagery subtly featuring Nike branding. Not a direct reveal, but enough to spark millions of theories online.
Today I'm wearing, this is vintage Alexander McQueen. I have some white Nikes on. And my guy, Donnie, made this all beautiful for me. And then I have these custom friendship bracelets. And then I have these Felix Gray glasses on. And my iPhone has a blue case too.
Every leak felt controlled. Every teaser felt intentional. Nothing ever fully revealed at once. And that created something powerful, anticipation that kept building without collapse. Fans weren't just waiting anymore, they were investigating. Every frame of video slowed down, every public appearance analyzed, every sneaker glimpse zoomed in and enhanced. As soon as the October 1st, 2026 date circulated and teaser images spread, reactions split instantly. On one side, excitement dominated. Fans called it one of the most anticipated WNBA sneaker launches ever. Others said it was long overdue.
Are you actually kidding me? These are the sickest basketball shoes I've seen since the Kobe 6s, which is exactly what they look like. My only complaint, Nike, what are we doing? Why are we not releasing this year? Terrible marketing once again for the face of the sport, face of the league. I'm going to be wearing these on the court, obviously, off the court, outdoors, for all the nerds out there saying, oh, you can't wear those shoes outside, buddy, get a life. Some of us work full-time, our lives don't revolve around playing hoops, okay? It's a lifestyle shoe. It's a lifestyle. Being a Caitlin Clark fan, as you can see this shirt right here, one of one, the only one in the world. Why?
On the other side, skepticism appeared. Some questioned the delay. Others debated whether the rollout was too controlled or overly calculated. A few even compared expectations to other established lines already dominating basketball culture. And then came the biggest debate of all, pricing and positioning. Would it be accessible like a performance shoe meant for mass athletes? Or would it enter premium territory closer to high-end signature models? Because in modern sneaker culture, price isn't just a number, it's part of identity.
Let's see what the people are saying. Strategic or accidental leak. June seems so early for an October release. Nike has to get a new silhouette, dog. Everyone just getting the same with different textures. Yeah. Let's see how the people feel. An SGA Converse shoe is better looking. This kind of look like the Ja 1 and 2. I think someone at Nike hates her. They won't be. That's funny. Do y'all feel like these shoes are looking the same as all the other ones?
This shoe already succeeded in one major category, attention. Before a full global release, before official marketing, before even a full public design showcase, it is already one of the most discussed WNBA sneaker launches in years. And that raises the final question. Not about marketing, not about Nike, not even about Caitlin Clark, but about what comes next. Because when this shoe finally drops on October 1st, 2026, it won't just be a product release. It will be a test of hype versus reality, a test of expectation versus performance, and a test of whether women's basketball sneakers have officially entered a new era. So the question now becomes, was this just a signature shoe launch or the beginning of a completely new chapter in WNBA sneaker culture?